fam, welcome to Mickey Car Beauty. I'm Mickey, and on my channel I love to talk about luxury skincare and beauty. And today I wanted to do a review on the BYREDO FLORA KALAHARI palette. This beauty right here. And so if you're interested, then keep watching. Hi beauty fam. So if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing to my channel. That way you get the notifications if you press the notification bell of when I upload my videos. I try to upload 2 to 3 times a week of videos reviewing luxury skincare and beauty. So I have had the FLORA BYREDO palette for about almost a good 2 weeks. And if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen that I've posted a number of different looks. And if you haven't already followed me there, go over to Instagram and then find me at Mickey Car Beauty. It's the same handle as this YouTube channel. And I really wanted to have time to spend time and to try out this palette and not do a first impressions, just because I was so excited to try this out. And then a lot of people were asking me what I thought about this palette. Some people chimed in and said they didn't like that some of these shades looked redundant and similar. So we'll talk about that today. Here is the BYREDO KALAHARI palette. And at the beginning, I try to put in pictures of when the package is in pristine condition. And I have actually been keeping it in its original packaging just because it is a finger magnet. And I also do like BYREDO's aesthetic of the clean modern aesthetic of that it's white packaging and black lettering. This is the packaging. It's a company based out of London, and some kind of letterpress here as well. I did do one demo, which I'll put in this video, and then I'll put in stills of some of the Instagram looks that I created. At this time of filming, it is sold out. And so I saw this pop up at Bloomingdale's right before, even before this went on sale at the BYREDO website. And I knew this was going to sell out. I know usually what I like, and so I just went ahead and bought it. And it is a limited edition palette. So BYREDO has done another 18 pan palette, which I forget the name of it. It's a very colorful palette, and I knew that wasn't really my aesthetic, so I didn't buy it. So when they really mean that it's limited edition, it might be really limited edition. I don't know if that's coming back. I think there's been maybe 2 restocks of that palette. I imagine this will probably restock. This is a $96 palette, and here is the packaging. And I apologize for the imprints already, but I've been using this palette pretty much nonstop. So BYREDO here, colors are back here. The names of the pans are back here. It is a finger magnet, so I'm constantly wiping that off. And, you know, I'm not too fussed about it. I love the packaging so much that I'm not bothered by it because it's a raised embossing of a desert flower. You have this B for BYREDO, and I often, when I'm doing my makeup, I actually do use this mirror. And here is the palette, 18 colors in all. And imagine hues of an otherworldly desertscape to create 18 radiant earthen shades, from a shimmery copper sandstorm, which is probably this one, to a barren burnt umber, probably this one, a delicate desert rose to an intense sparkling calcite. This limited edition palette is arranged in a disrupted series to inspire instinctive application. I'm not sure what that means, but we'll keep reading. A mix of luminous, easy to wear shades come in both warm and cool undertones and matte, sparkling, and metallic finishes, while its long-lasting formulation delivers crease-free coverage and a highly pigmented finish. Housed in a reflective silver mirror case, stamped with a marble desert flower that embodies the modern femininity of the palette. It claims it's long-lasting, lightweight texture, easy to blend intense colors. So because the first thing that people were kind of miffed about was that these colors look a little redundant. So I'm going to point out the ones that look similar. So these look the same. There's about 4 beigey pink shades, and there's a gold and some browns. So here are the swatches from the BYREDO palette. And I would say there are 2 or 3 on this palette that are super creamy, and they're actually ones that are similar to other shades. So this one here is very similar to this one, but the texture of this is very creamy. This is more just like a true satin matte. The other one that's actually very creamy is this one as well, and then this one. So that I would suggest if you were to put those on the lid as one and dones, to not to go heavy, because I put too much on this on my lid one day and it started to crease. So the creamiest ones are these ones, and I'll kind of show you. Super creamy. Actually this one as well. Really beautiful, but they do tend to crease because there's a little bit more emolliency, so you'd have to go a little bit lighter on those. The rest are more just traditional, either mattes or satin mattes with some glitter, and these bottom 2 are more like glitter toppers, and those are the ones at the very bottom of this swatch, the swatching here. So the rest are pretty pigmented and can be built up. I really do love this one. It's similar to this, but it's a different consistency. This is more pink and this is more peachy pink, if you can see. It's more like actually it's more of a hot peach. And this is a light peach with some iridescent. Yes, a lot of them are similar. It's more of gradations of difference and texture. And you can see it more. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but as it does shift with the light. Some of the undertones. So you might have a beigey gold like this one at the bottom with some rose gold, and this is more muted beige. And this one, this pink here, again, it's different than this pink. It's more, there's more glitter in there versus this one, and that's just more of a hot peach. So I hope that helps. This formula, there's a mix of shades that feel very creamy, and I would say these feel pretty much more creamy. These ones that are like more jewel tone, it has some glitter in them. And then some of them feel a little bit sandy, a little bit drier, but not in a bad way. And those are the ones that are a little bit lighter. So let's talk about the critique or the thought that these are too similar. I actually don't disagree. I think that some of these do look similar and are perhaps redundant. The way I learned to approach this palette, and even before I even got it, I knew this is how I was going to approach this palette, is that it's almost like paint or layering. So when I do my art, I actually add different layers of things that might look similar, but there might be different textures. And what I've found with this palette is that what I do love about it is that it makes me think of putting together a piece of work that you can do 1 or 2 and then you're done. Or you can keep layering colors on each other, much like a composition when you're using paint or pastels or oil pastels. And that's what it invokes in me when I use this palette. Now, I don't know if this is a beginner-friendly palette. Is it a comprehensive palette? I do think so. There's a number of mattes in here, this one, and this one, but there's not an abundant amount of mattes. So I've been going into these 3 shades for depth, and I don't mind that they're not mattes. I'm used to using makeup and also art supplies and tools in a way that you just use it creatively. So, you know, I think if people don't like the redundancy of some of these colors, I mean, I definitely see that. I mean, it's not wrong. So what I'm going to do is try to swatch all the pink shades for you so you can see, and I'll put them on my finger. I mean, that's a lot of pinks. So let me go ahead and swatch that for you. On here, they look very similar. I can discern that there's actually differences. This is less glittery. It's a little bit more matte. This has more gold in it. This is more I've been using as a topper. This definitely has more pink, and there's like a little bit of gold, and there's like a shift in this one. So I've been using these in different ways. Now on the lids, are you gonna really see a difference? Probably not, but For me, who's using this palette like a composition and layering on different colors, I actually don't mind. I think it's really pretty. I've actually used other palettes with this and used these as toppers as well, or just adding one color on top. For me using it this past 2 weeks, I've been maybe using 1 or 2 or 3 and that's it. And I've been getting a full look with them and I just love it. I think one can just use 1 or 2 colors, or use this and add it to a different palette. Take your Viseart Neutrals palette, one of these, of those colors, over a deep matte as well. So for me, I think this is a fantastic palette. Now, if these colors are not your jam, it makes sense, like you're not gonna like this palette. But for me, who loves something that reminds them of a bit like an artist palette, of just having fun with a concept of FLORA Kalahari, florals of the Kalahari Desert, I'm obsessed with this. I am obsessed with like this whole theme. If you've ever been to the desert, you'll know that sand actually looks different in different times of day. So if you have bright sunlight with clouds, or if it's overcast, the sand will look different, the sky will look different, things in the desert will look different in terms of very subtle differences of hues. And that's how I approach these colors of the pinks and the beige. They are a little bit powdery, and you can see I've already gone hard on this, but I've been using it because I'm pretty obsessed with this. I have to put it away because I want to start using other palettes. Since this palette launched, it was announced that Issa Maya French has stepped down from working with BYREDO after 3 years, and that Lucia is formerly of Chanel, is joining the BYREDO team. Now I'm a little worried about that, because if you followed Issa Maya French and her Instagram and her career, she's very edgy, she's an artist, so she comes up with these concepts of pushing what is beautiful, and you can see that in her campaigns of what they launch out of BYREDO. And I remember reading once when Issa Maya French started that she talked to the owner that she wanted to create makeup that was unwearable. And I thought that was a little bit funny and a little bit arrogant, but I was like, okay, let's see then what she creates, because for me in the luxury beauty space, everything is pretty predictable, in my opinion, at this point. What I love about BYREDO is that they are luxury beauty, and they are pushing the envelope of different color curations that we're not normally seeing in the beauty space. They started off as a perfume company. It's just like non-conventional, not seen before color stories. I just love the aesthetic of BYREDO. I mean, look at this packaging and the color curation of this. This is Disco. The other one, I'm sorry, that I just showed you was Metal Boots in the Snow. And these are hard to get because once these come up, people really do kind of go wild buying these. And this is Corporate Colors. So this is the first one I have. The formula of these are different than the FLORA Kalahari palette. These are definitely creamier, and they're and the ones in FLORA Kalahari are definitely more on the powdery side. So you can see how I dug in there. Let me put it on the side so you can see. And some of it is a little bit, there's like kickback on there, some of these, but I don't mind it because, you know, I use my stuff. It doesn't have to stay pristine. We'll see what happens with BYREDO in terms of what color curations and products they come out with. So knowing that Issa Maya French is no longer at the helm of BYREDO, I am even happier that I got this, because this might have been the last product that she actually curated or created, and this is it. And I haven't seen it come out. It's in and out of stock. So, you know, knowing this might be Issa Maya French's last creation with BYREDO, I'm super happy I got it. And if her other palette her other 18 pan palette comes available at some point, I don't think it will, but if I see it pop up, I probably will get it, just because under her helm, she created that palette. about this is that would I recommend it? I think if you are drawn to this color story and or you're interested in BYREDO, I would say don't hesitate to pick it up because it's limited edition and I don't know if and when it's coming back in stock. Now, if you are one of the people who are like, I don't like the redundancy of colors, then don't get it. You're just going to be mad that they look similar. And I can see your point, like they do look similar. So then don't spend your money on it. For the people wondering about this, and if this color story speaks to you, then I would not hesitate to get it. For me, I know I love all these colors. Like in my house, I have lots of purples. Teal is huge in my house, and greens. And this is actually the color palette of a lot of our rooms in our house. I have green as one of my favorite colors, green and orange. It's part of my wedding colors. And pinks and beiges are my jam. Like I have so much pink and beige in terms of my makeup, and also not more about the makeup, but just like my clothing. It's just also my aesthetic. So selling out. So if you are able to buy this and you're interested, go quickly because I think it's likely to sell it again. This is likely, I'm going to guess, this could be the last creation of Issa Maya French as she has left BYREDO, and we'll see what happens as the new creative director moves in formally of Chanel. If you have any questions, let me know. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Comment below. It helps my channel out below. Comment, like, ring the notification bell. Would love to have you as part of the Mickey Car Beauty fam. And as always, please be very kind to yourself and others and just be you. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.